We'd like to tell you about the adolescent habit gap and why it's a crisis. We're also going to talk about the solution, building relationships and learning about habits early. My name is Tara Lynn. Why do I get to talk about youth? Well, first, I didn't do so well starting off. My parents wanted to teach me well, and so did my schools. I wanted to get my doctorate in psychology, but then I failed out of college and I was $10,000 in debt. I did learn resilience, though. I have my master's degree, actually I have two now, and I'm looking to get my doctorate. I also get to teach teens. I've been teaching teens for 20 years, helping them bridge the transition from high school into whatever happens post high school. And now I get to work with my son.
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm a senior in high school. I'll be attending Boise State University's Honors College next year. I have enough money in scholarships to fully pay for my tuition. I plan to major in business and minor in music, and I'm experiencing habit gaps and working with my mom to build a solution. We use the term adolescent to mean anyone around my age, older or younger, who is working towards being independent but isn't there yet.
We're also using the term intergenerational connection, which means connections, but connection again across generations, grandparents, uncles, teachers, neighbors, and friends.
Jobsperience. This term is job plus experience. It represents the solution, the habits, and soft skills adolescents need to be successful adults.
What is the adolescent habit? We have an expectation for what we need to do to prepare Liam and his peers for life after high school, but there's a gap. We are not meeting their needs.
Research shows this is a global crisis. 40% of high school students report persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness. That's 2 in 5 of my friends. 72% of graduates say they weren't prepared for life after high school. When I do taxes next year, I don't know how.
We're sending our teens out into adulthood, emotionally struggling and practically unprepared. Before we begin, we're going to tell you about what we are doing as a solution. But we don't want this to be just about statistics. We'd like for you to think about an adolescent in your life. This could be your own child or a student, maybe a neighbor or someone that you know. What are they facing? Maybe with AI, uncertainty about future jobs?
A study done on 350 hiring managers said only 8% of college graduates were prepared for work. We are not lacking training. I write hundreds of essays. I can do calculus, but what about the soft skills? Connection, communication, and hard things, calendar and email organization, budgeting and taxes, and other real life stuff.
I didn't know what to do when I graduated high school. And throughout my teaching, I've talked with many students who are feeling sad and pessimistic about their future. My own son, who's very capable, he's got some insecurity about owning a home after high school or what jobs are going to be out there when AI settles down. A 2025 systematic global analysis shows worldwide that there are mental health disorders that are coming out. This is a worldwide research-backed problem, but there is good news. Science shows that there is a solution. We're doing something about it, and we think you can help.
I have a relationship with my grandma and grandpa. We've bonded over music since I was in 5th grade and I started trombone. They helped me buy multiple trombones over the years, have paid for my private lessons, and come to all of my concerts. And we've built a lifelong connection over that. Other adults in my life have connections with me as well. There's science behind why this helps me.
The Harvard study of adult life found that strong relationships are the primary driver of lifelong health and happiness, surpassing wealth or fame.
Many studies confirm this. Lack of good relationships impact death rates as much as smoking or excessive alcohol use. The stories matter. My family goes to restaurants and plays card games or talks and sit down, and sometimes we'll look around and it seems majority of people are on their phones or disconnected from the people around them. But studies show that we need connection, eye contact, and to have deep, meaningful conversations. We need to feel important.
Let's talk about habits. It's another key besides connection. Anne Graybill, B.F. Skinner, Wendy Wood, Larry Squire. These are all scientists that have taught us about habits. There's also been amazing books that have been written that have sold millions of copies, like Atomic Habits or Tiny Habits or The Power of Habit. Any library or database can hold tons of information about how to change life through getting rid of bad habits or starting good habits. We know it's important.
Here's the science. Well, over 183 studies confirm that habits can take 2 months to a year to embed. In the last couple of years, I have been more intentional about being outside, snowboarding, biking, and hiking, and being more consistent with schoolwork to have time for more essential things in my life. Good habits make adults more happy, healthy, wealthy, and content.
So if we know all of this, why is it not the most important thing that we are teaching our teenagers?
I'm a senior. I've gone through about 16,000 hours in the classroom. If I didn't have my mom and I's Jobsperience program, I wouldn't have learned about taxes and budgeting education, continuous connection with my mom as opposed to being with one teacher for a year and not seeing them ever again, systems of organization with emails or even real life stuff like files, calendar organization. I need these life habits and soft skills. Where am I going to learn them?
We're building a framework, but you can help too. Think back to earlier in our presentation where we asked you to think of an adolescent in your life. Take them out for a hike or even for coffee. Spend time with them and connect. Time management, for example, and calendar organization are important. For example, I had a teen that called me that I'd had in a class a couple years ago. She was struggling with mental health, and so she did the wise thing and called a counselor. She set up a date, but then she forgot her appointment. She got hit with a $40 fine, and then she forgot again and owed $200. Mental health plus financial struggles are becoming more common in our young people.
We need money conversations. Adolescents appreciate when you talk about your struggles. It helps them shed perfectionism when you talk about your challenges and how you overcame them. This builds connection, prompts questions, and helps them to learn. Teens don't need more talk about perfection, but about challenges and how you got through.
Don't assume that adolescents have a system for organization. If they do, great. But practicing etiquette is important for communicating with future professors, managers, and with coworkers.
We've created a platform to help parents and teens. Our platforms are micro activities that happen in 7 minutes a day for 105 days. We have launched the second edition of our first program, Organization for Adult Independence, and building our second program right now.
Our first beta test early last year lasted 105 days. We had 77 participants with 100 self-reporting that they improved their habits and only one 12-year-old that didn't finish. I knew all the participants, so they were motivated to participate. We will be starting our second beta test this month.
Biologically, we're supposed to want to leave home and become independent, but we also need connection and good habits.
Our organization is building a system to overcome the habit gap, and we are encouraging others to help as well.
Studies show that talking about how you overcame challenges brings teens closer to adults and builds resilience. It reminds us that we matter. We are building the Jobsperience program, but we hope everyone will help us address the global adolescent habit gap crisis with us. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? If you do, please reach out. You can reach us at tara@taralynnhaley.com, or you can visit our website at taralynnhaley.com. If you'd like to check out our Jobsperience program, we have it on sale right now at taralynnhaley.com/jobsperience.
Cool. Stop the recording first when you click more. Or isn't there a recording thing here?